Okay, those of you who are taking, listening, and speaking, wanted to review one last time what we need to do to set up our spreadsheet and how we should share our folders where each of our podcast episodes will reside. All right, so the first thing is to make sure you've completed the spreadsheet and make sure that you have a hypertext under the column heading shared folder. Okay, so this is an example here. If I were to select this, then this will take me to a folder where episodes will be. All right, so this is where all of us can access all of our episodes for our podcast for this semester. All right, so the first thing is to make sure that you have created a short phrase, for example, shared folder. Some of you have other titles, that's fine. But the idea is to have a short hypertext instead of these long URLs. Okay, so the first thing is to share or to change this and to include, for example, shared folder, the phrase shared folder, and then create a hypertext. Remember, you can do that by typing in your phrase, shared folder, and then going up here where it says insert hypertext. And then you can copy and paste the URL to this space right here and then click OK. Now, the second thing I'd like for each of you to do is to make sure that in your folder, let me show you an example. Let's say that my podcast is going to be right here, right? So I have probably the title of my podcast or just the word podcast as a folder. Now, this folder is going to be shared with everyone so that we all can see your episodes. So how do we share a folder in Microsoft 365? We select the ellipsis and we want to share. Now, when we click share, we're going to have several options. Select people in Universidad Autónoma de Aguascalientes with a link, and that's it. That's all you have to do, and hit apply. All right, you can click that and then copy the link. Copy. And this is the link that you would use when you go into your shared folder. Right? So if you go here, you can even edit the link here if you need to change it. But this is where you would put the URL for the link. All right, so make sure that you've gone through those steps, all right, to make sure that when you select this link that it goes to a folder, not a file. Again, a folder. So we want to be able to just set up once this link, and then you don't have to change it. If you select a link, if you create a link to an individual file, then first of all, you're going to have to go and change every week the link. And second of all, we would like to have access to all of your episodes. Okay, so again, we want to share the folder, not the file, and I would go follow these steps in order to make that happen. All right, so the last thing I would like for you to do is when you go into your podcast episode shared folder, you're going to have files. Okay, so just as an example, all right, you're going to have a file here under your folder. All right, so assume that this is your audio file. You need to make sure that you change or you rename the file. So you can give it a title if you want. You can give it a short title. It can be the title of the episode if you want. Title of episode. Then I would do like an underscore week 2. And then go in here to your second audio file. Since we've now completed 2 episodes of our podcast, we're going to go in and also rename this title of the episode _ week 3. So last week, your second episode was week 3. Your first episode that we did 2 weeks ago was during the second week of class. So I'm going to ask everyone, please, to go in and add an _, and your title can be brief. It doesn't. If it's a long title, you can just include the first 3 or 4 words if you want, 5 words, and then _ WK2, WK3. Again, last week was week 3. The week before was week 2, right? So make sure that you include this designation, WK2, WK3, so that I can easily find, all of us really can go in and find each other's episodes, and we know which week was for which week corresponds, or which episode corresponds with each week. Remember that we're going to be doing this all semester, so at the end you're going to have 14 or 15 episodes. So we want to try to keep this organized so that we can easily find the week, that we can find the episode. So now that I think about it, let's say if we do this, week 2 and then title. So, thinking about it, maybe it's best to add the week WK2 first, _ then the title. Let's do that. And then do the same here again, rename, indicate the week, and then the title of the episode. And then that way it should stay organized. It should be by week. It'll be organized by week. So again, when you finish the semester, when we have 13, 14 or so episodes, it should all be organized according to the week. All right, so this is the last step here. Make sure that you have renamed your episodes, renamed the file, the audio file, in your shared folder in Microsoft 365. All right, if anybody has any issues or has any additional questions about how to do all of these steps here to share your folder, let me know. Once all of these changes have been made, then grades will be uploaded to TeacherEase.